Hey everyone, I'm Alexis, your queen. Love me. I know you do. Anyway, today is exciting as always. Every day is exciting in my life. I swear, I live in a sitcom sometimes. I think I've said that last time. But even more crazier shit has happened to me in the past couple of days. Whew. It's fun. So, before we jump into the 8th edition stuff, the crazier stuff, yeah, let's just jump right into that. I'm kind of excited about this shit. Yes, please. Apparently we have 0 watchers, and I can see people chatting. Like, good job. Why is this... Is it working? I know it's working. It says 20. Okay, good enough. Weird. Anyway. Who was a faggot? God damn it, guys. Actually, I'm gonna talk about something that Heather Draco, I do notice you. You're one of my favorite champions of Slaanesh now. How could I not notice you? So, if you guys didn't watch the live Q&A with Games Workshop, I believe you can actually find a recording of it on their YouTube channel and everything. I advise that you go and look that up. But I want to talk about that really quickly because something cool came up during that. So, as you guys know, 8th edition is on its way, and there is no stopping that. It's going to be hitting in fall of 2018. And regardless, the editions are going to change. And people are going to be salty-ass bastards because, well, this is a hobby for mostly salty bastards. No, I'm a terrible person. I am totally salty as well, just letting you know. Super salty. Especially when I fight the Eldar. Oof, I hate them. But anywho, if you watch the live stream, they had this one question. Will we be seeing the return, or will all the armies make it to 8th edition? I.e., the Sisters of Battle, the Space Marines, all their chapters, all their successors, all their crazier stuff. Like, will that be in? Will the Tyranids be in? Will this... And insert random Xenos from the 40k universe be in? And they basically just said yes. And then about an hour into this live stream, they said something else that was really cool. Somebody asked about resin kits. And Games Workshop, well, the 2 guys that were there representing Games Workshop, they said something cool. Something that I thought was amazing. Something that it blew me away when they said it. They said all armies will be plastic for 8th edition. And I was like, whoa. Yo, hold up. Did you just say my girls are going to be plastic? Holy fuck. I need that, yes please. Very badly. So, they said a few things about all armies being plastic, and I thought it was really cool in the FAQ video that they did a few days ago, and I highly suggest that you go and check that out, because now they didn't say plastic Sisters of Battle. Like, let's keep that where it is. But they did say all armies are making it into 8th edition, and all armies are going to be plastic. I'm excited. Like, I can finally get some plastic Sisters of Battle. I don't know what I'm going to do with my third-party ones. I guess I can convert them into Grey Knights. But plastic Sisters! Yes! Maybe we can get some Deathcore or Creed, some Vistorian Firstborn that are actually plastic and not garbage. I can't wait for that. Like, the new models is going to be amazing. One of the biggest things about this hobby that I really enjoy is the painting. I'm bad at painting. You guys know that I'm bad at painting, but I paint because it's fun. I know that I'm not the best painter. I know that there are tons of other channels that you could watch for painting, but you watch it mostly for me just sitting, ranting, and rambling while I paint something. And that I know, and I love you guys for it. But Games Workshop, I gotta give them credit for this. Games Workshop has been stepping up their game a lot. In fact, people from my locals who went down to Adepticon talked to the development team of 8th edition and actually got to be a part of 8th edition, got to give their input on 7th edition and all the stupid shit that's in it. Personally, 8th edition has a lot of dumb shit in it, and some of the shit we can't overlook. Summoning. Summoning is without a doubt the dumbest thing in 7th edition, and I pray that it costs points next edition. I hope all the psychic powers cost points, and I don't care that you're, oh, well, it's okay because I'm buying this librarian, and, you know, it's because, like, he's level 1, so he has a 1 in 6 chance to get this ability. No. Get rid of that, take that, throw it out the freaking window. I remember back in 5th edition when you bought the Psyker and you bought his powers. He had those, or she had those, and that's how you played. But, I tested this out. Like, I was like, okay, let me test this. Let me show people how bullshit summoning is. So I took a Cult Insurrection No, I didn't take a Cult Insurrection Detachment. No. We didn't play an Unbound game. I just brought a buttload of formations. Like, literally as many formations as I possibly could bring. I brought 3 Subterranean Uprisings, because, let's face it, every army needs a Subterranean Uprising. And I'll get into that. And I brought a Lord of the Curse, 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 a Lord of the Curse. I brought 7 Magoses, 5 of which got summoning because they all had the Crouchling and all had level 2 psychic powers. So they got to roll 3 psychic powers, meaning they had a 1 in 3 chance of not getting the power that I wanted them to get. So, first turn, I summoned in about, I want to say 300 points worth of things. The next turn, I summoned in about another 300. Let's just say each turn I summoned in 300. Because I kept them hidden way in the back where no one can see them, inside thingamajigs, behind thingamajigs, and I kept summoning in. This was a 1,500 point game. At the end of it, I was at about 3,500 points to my opponent's dead army. Like, it didn't matter what he brought, I killed it because I kept summoning in fully upgraded units to destroy the army. And it was at that point my opponent was like, okay, maybe summoning is a bit overpowered. And that's something that needs to be taken out of the game and thrown away. Now, I get it from a business standpoint, that's a hell of a good idea. You need to have the models to do summoning. And, hey, you get to buy free units. That's awesome. I like that. But they need to put a limit on it. You should not be able to summon Psykers. That's just retarded. Psykers are just the dumbest thing in 7th edition, and that needed to change. And I was like, this is stupid. And then the next thing is invisibility. Especially invisibility on a gargantuan creature. I don't care how smart you are and how connected you are to the warp. You're not going, hey, that Titan is invisible to everybody in this battle. No. You're not doing that shit. That shit is stupid. No. And yes, I am a bit salty because that shit has been done to me. Fucking Eldar. I'm gonna murder every single Eldar that I've run across. Unless they're riding dinosaurs, I'm gonna murder them. And no, Magnus, no, I hate Magnus. I hate Magnus with a passion. It's the only Psyker I haven't been able to kill turn 1. So as you can see, there are some things that needed to change with 7th edition. One of the other big things that needed to change with 7th edition was the vehicles. something as mighty as a Land Raider, something as big and powerful as a Land Raider, you should not be able to go, I stunned it, now it's useless for a turn, and then just walk away. Now, I called this months ago, and I knew this was going to be a thing. I knew vehicles were going to get toughness. I knew that monsters creatures were going to be able to lose limbs. In fact, if you've hung around me enough and played games against me, I've play-tested this. Prior to Games Workshop's announcements or anything, I wanted to test it for myself. Now, granted, I had Rhinos at toughness 6, Land Raiders at toughness 8, Dreadnoughts at toughness 7, which, it turns out, Dreadnoughts, where are you? Are toughness 7, so I called it, and I was happy about that. But there were some crazy things that needed to change with 7th. 7th was a broken system. 7th was 6.5, like that's all it was. And now everybody is in fear of 8th edition. 8th edition where a basic guy with a lad's gun can destroy a Land Raider. Well, no. Sorry, boo, but no. See, the way shooting is going to work in 8th edition, from what I understand, is very similar to that of 2nd edition, where once one guy shot, basically everybody combined their fire and then fired it at one target. And to me that seems like a cooler system. And then it affected ballistic skill with terrain. Think, how to describe this very well. Think Shadow War Armageddon, the way that works. But make it big squads, all firing the same weapon, using one profile to fire the weapons, and up the weapon's damage depending on the number of weapons in the squad firing at said target. That, I think, is going to be awesome. Now, there are a lot of salty assholes about 8th edition going, oh, my army is garbage. Well, too bad. If your army is garbage, you were always just a garbage player. I'm sorry. That's where you sat. You were sitting in the salt mines, bitching and moaning the entire time. And don't worry, I'm right there with you, especially when it comes to Eldar. So I am including myself in all of this. But, the people that are bitching about all the changes, oh, well, I bought this codex and now I wasted my money. Well, where did you buy that codex? I'd like to know. Oh, well, I bought it off of eBay. Well, congratulations, you're a moron. You did not support your local hobby shop. You did not buy it off of Games Workshop. You made a stupid blunder. Sorry, ha ha ha, you're bad. Now, keep in mind, I bought this 2 weeks before the new one came out. I bought this on purpose. I bought this because I like collecting codexes. My entire shelf off to the side is all the codexes. So, people who bought the codexes off eBay within like the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even month, well, guys, you done fucked up. First off, I get that some people can't support their local hobby store because their hobby store doesn't exist. And that's fine and dandy, hunky-dory, pudding and pie. You know, going to eBay is a good alternative. But to be honest, you didn't waste your money. Games Workshop has announced that some of the rules, if not all of the rules, are going to be free. So we can look forward to that. Or at least some of that. We don't know exactly how much of that is going to be free. What I can tell you is the books are probably going to cost anywhere from $40 to $75 each. And if you've played this game long enough, you know collecting 5 codexes is a huge investment at this point. Having all 5 of those races in one codex is amazing. And I am talking about the Space Marine Codex, because in it we're going to have Space Marines, Vanilla, Ultramarines, Poster Boys, which they're not going to be Poster Boys this time, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, Black Templar, and maybe even some others, such as White Scars, Salamanders, you know, a lot of the original chapters, some of maybe even Legions. We don't know what the future holds for 40k right now, although we can make speculation. And that's exactly what I like to do. Take educated guess based on what's out there. And yes, Raven Guard will be in there. White Scars, maybe not Tracer. Did you see that map? Did you see that map? Just kidding, just kidding. They actually did announce that that was an oversight. Whoopsie daisy. They actually, if you look at that that map that they released for 8th edition, there are several things missing on it. It was more or less pointing out the more the more prominent things happening in 40k. So, where does Sisters of Battle fit in all this? Well, they're going to be the front on the second book, which is the Imperium, basically the Imperial Agents book, which is going to include Sisters of Battle, Ordo Xenos, Ordo Hereticus, Ordo Malleus, the Inquisitors themselves, and all of these separate things that are out there. I'm actually hoping that it includes the Imperial Navy and possibly even the Death Corps of Krieg. But I have a feeling that Forge World is also going to be releasing their own books based around their stuff. It's kind of like, well, we have this stuff, you guys have this stuff. They're both compatible in this game now. Have at it. You can play them, but you need to buy these 2 books. Which is perfectly fine considering that most Demon players are walking around with 7 books at this point. Iced tea is so good. So, what else do I have on here? Okay. So, a lot of people have read the rumors, read the news, read everything, read the Warhammer community page, and you found out that 10 is no longer the max. In fact, you can go above 10, and the prime example of that is Roboute Guilliman, or Roboute Guilliman. However you want to pronounce it, go for it. I know a lot of people are going to be like, ha, Roboute Guilliman, ha, 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 we're so creative. I know you guys are going to do that. Anyway, we find out that Roboute Guilliman was one of the first people to be able to go above and beyond Strength 10. He can go to Strength 20, and even slap with D shots. And yes, he is basically cock-slapping people at that point, jokes aside. So, here's my speculation on what D weapons are going to be doing in the next edition. I believe that a D weapon is going to be inflicting multiple wounds, obviously. I think a D weapon is actually going to hit now for 2d6 wounds. And I know that sounds like a lot, like 12 wounds, really, Alexis? 12 wounds? But, hear me out on this. It's not entirely enough to kill things anymore. Imperial Knights, for instance, are going to have 20 wounds. Some things like Warhound Titans, Emperor class, Reaver class, we don't know. Oh, D weapons were confirmed not to be in the game anymore. Can you post me a source to that? I think D weapons might still be in the game, but do something different if that is the case. But thank you for sharing that. I did not know that. I'm assuming then I'm okay with that. Actually, you know what? I am totally fine with that. 6 plus D6 already happens with D. Yes, it does. And that's where I'm going with this. It's just going to be a different type of wound modifier. So we're looking at a whole new system here. And a very easy system at that. There's going to be different... it's a simplistic game. Your weapon skill, now you just roll a d6, and your weapon skill tells you exactly what you need to hit. And most things hit on a 3+. 3 to 4+. That's amazing. Like, flat out, that is amazing. That's going to simplify the game, because I hate teaching new players the list and the chart that intertwines, and they don't understand it. They don't understand why my weapon skill 10 still hits this guy whose weapon skill 2 on a 2 instead of a 1, or a 3 because 1s and 2s always failed in close combat because GW said so. And that really bugged me quite a bit. So, I wanted to go over some of the cool things that we have to look forward to. And we're going to start with the Dreadnought. Now, I'm going to tell you his stat line that I copied off of the Warhammer community website. So if you guys want to go check this out for yourself, please, by all means, go and check it out for yourself. So Dreadnought's movement speed is 6 inches, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 6, toughness 7, wounds 8, attacks 4, leadership 8. Very important. Why Dreadnought isn't leadership 10, I'll never know, but sure. And has 3+ armor save. Hey Alexis, didn't you miss a stat? No, initiative is gone. Initiative is just out of the game at this point, which I think is really cool. Now there are going to be these things called, there's some type of point that you get, command points or something like that you get throughout the game that can make it so that you strike first. You strike before you die. You strike all of this other stuff. You know, you interrupt things. It's going to be like instants from Magic, trap cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or trap cards from real life, which I'm okay with. Anyway, I do believe that the weapon skill and ballistic skill is going to be affected by things like cover. Do you both match? Is this guy a veteran of some sort? Have some sort of rule that ups his, lowers yours and ups his? Or maybe it's going to be something similar to the Shadow War Armageddon rules, where they have an entire chart of buffs and negatives that happen to people when they charge into combat. Now, keep in mind that things hit first. And hitting first is one of the coolest things ever. That means things like my Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators are not going to be like, oh, well, we're charging at you, and then they just stop and wait for you to hit them, and then swing their hammer. It's now, we're going to charge into you, and we're going to smash your head in, and then we're going to look at your friend and smash his head in. Because you guys are trying to reload your weapons really quickly to continue your overwatching of us. And now we're here to bop you in the head. Boop. I think Overwatch is probably going to get a major overhaul itself. I think that Overwatch is going to be something similar to the Shadow War Armageddon rules, where you have to declare what squads are going to be overwatching, and then they give up their shooting. Anti-air and maybe strafing runs are still going to be a thing. We don't know that yet. Shooting at air targets might give you a buff to your, not a buff, a negative to your ballistic skill, like -4. Oh, look, we can't shoot them. But a lot of the stuff in this edition hails back to 2nd and 3rd edition 40k, which I think is amazing. Taking a step back, viewing what you had, and going in from there is amazing. Ballistic skill, on the other hand, I think is going to be affected by terrain, line of sight, and if the party is half obscured, I think it's going to be using true line of sight rules, where you can only hurt what you can see instead of kill what you have. Or the whole argument, his big toe is touching this ruin, thus my gargantuan creature gets cover saves for no fucking reason. Now I think it's going to switch to more of a direct line of sight thing. So like that Riptide now needs to hide behind a building. That Wraith Knight that used to be unstoppable because you put it on a fucking building and then you cast, was it Fortune on it? What is the dumb Eldar power that makes you reroll saves? But you cast that on it. I'm sure Ghost knows. But anyway, it's the dumb psychic power. Fortune rerolls saves. Thank you. I know my dumb Eldar. So looking back at the Dreadnought's stat line, they made it very simple, and this I like, and I really like it because I'm a person who can actually finish an 1850 game of 40k in less than a half an hour. I can probably finish one of these games, once we get the rules down, of course, in probably like 20 minutes at most. Because now you have things like movement speed. And movement speed is affected by terrain unless you actually have like move through cover, in which case you ignore it, or something like acrobatics or some nonsense like that, or you're a tyranid and you should never be stopped by terrain because you're literally a tyrannid. And anywho, movement 6 inches. You know that Dreadnought's going to be moving. You know he's going to be getting close. He has a 3+ weapon skill, meaning he's hitting everything on 3+. That's perfectly fine. If things are smaller than him, I'm assuming he's going to get some kind of buff, like him punching a grot. I'm assuming the grot's going to have a lot harder of a time hitting him than he is going to hit the grot. Blitz skill of 3+. Now we know that Rifleman Dreadnoughts roll 4 dice very quickly. And boom. We got all 4. We know we're doing very quickly. Then we roll damage and compare it to the person's toughness to deal wounds to the creature. But first, before that, there might be some save modifiers, which we know are going to be a thing. So the autocannon, for instance, could be strength 7 with no buffs or negatives. I don't know. I don't use one. Sorry. I am unaware if they already have rules like that. It might give a -2, meaning that your 3+ saves goes to a 5+ save, and now it's a lot harder to make it. Strength is strength. It's how hard you punch things. That is not going to change. You compare it to the toughness to deal wounds. Attacks. Go figure. It tells you how many attacks you get. Leadership. Now, leadership is going to be interesting because I know they're going to change this for combat. And they're going to change this for being shot at. So leadership is still up in the air, and I'd like you guys to speculate as much as you possibly can, and please tell me what you believe leadership is going to do. A 3+ save for a Dreadnought, I think, is really cool. They're covered in ceramite. They should have a 3+ save. They're not super, super, super thick. They're not indestructible, as seen in the Dawn of War opening cinematic. They're very easy to kill. Now, let's look at the stat line of a Space Marine. 6-inch movement, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 3, meaning that they hit on 3+. Strength and toughness 4, wounds 1, attacks 1, leadership 7, 3+ save. This is no different than anything that we've ever seen. So they're pretty much the same. They have not changed, really. Roboute Guilliman, he changed. He changed quite a bit. Roboute Guilliman, movement 8 inches, so he moves faster than the average Marine. Now, I would like that to be a 12, but, whatever. Weapon skill 2+, meaning you now hit on 2s. Very, very, very important. Very big change is that you can hit on 2s. That's huge. Ballistic skill 2+, again, hitting on 2s is amazing if your opponent is out in the open. Ghost, make sure you get down all the questions for later. Strength and toughness of 6. We know that his strength is doubled when he's using his bullshit weaponry. Wounds of 9. Now, we know he can survive quite a bit, but we know there are bigger things out there, like the Knight Titan that can tank a lot more than him. We know that the Land Raider might also have 20. Because we just bought Magnus. Oh my god, you better not have. You better not have. Moving on. Attacks, 6. So now he has 6 chances of hitting you with strength 20. So whatever he touches is going to die. Leadership, 10, 2+ save. Now, here's a big change. Here's a huge change, in my opinion. This is gonna be huge. Huge. Anyway, sorry. Bad Donald Trump impression out of the way. I'm red, not orange. Anyway. Terminators, movement speed of 3 inches. They're slow as shit. Makes sense, because they're extremely slow on the battlefield. We're not going to have Terminators jumping, doing flips in the air. You know where I'm going with that. You're purple. How am I purple? Anyway. Weapon skill and ballistic skill of 3+, similar to that of a Marine. Strength and toughness of a 4, same as a Marine. But what could be different, Alexis? What is possibly different about the Terminators that'll make them really cool? The two wounds. 2 wounds. 2 wound Terminators are amazing. This is what Terminators have needed for quite some time, as an additional wound to make them good. Terminators have been garbage for so long, and now we finally have Terminators with 2 wounds. Now granted, there are Terminators with 2 wounds already, i.e. the Paladins and some of the special 30k Terminators, but these are normal Terminators. These are your average Terminators with 2 wounds. 2 attacks base, which is cool. Leadership 8 and 2+ armor save. Now, if it is similar to the AOS system, where the armor save will go up, but you need 2d6 to roll to equal that or be greater than that, you have something incredible. You have a Terminator that is not going to die. And we know that the Scarab Occult Terminators, if I said that right, are going to be a lot tougher to kill than the average Terminator. We know that a lot of this stuff is going to be super awesome. I'm super excited about this because as a person who collected well over 100 Terminators and they sat literally on my shelf for this entire edition, which sucks because Terminators were one of my favorite unit. How can you not like tactical Dreadnought armor at all? It is seriously cool. Anyway, having just the multiple wounds, the things being harder to kill, people surviving the battle instead of just being wiped out turn 1. Like, that was the one thing that I hated about turn 1 in 7th edition. It was whoever went first automatically got a point if the game was above 1,000 points. Not only did they automatically get that point, and that's first blood, by the way, not only did they get that point, they also neutered your army. They took out your biggest tank. So it's one of those things. It's just like, we have a lot to look forward to in 8th edition. And I'm probably the only one talking good about 8th edition because I'm super excited for building a semi-5th edition army list. I'm excited to put Terminators out on the battlefield. I'm excited to have a shitload of boys on the battlefield because now I know they will get across the battlefield. Well, they'll still have the same hard problem of getting across the battlefield that they've always had. But now I know that once they hit, they destroy something. I'm super excited about most of my armies, my Tyranids, my Hormigons. My Hormigons might actually see play. Where did I put my drink? Super, super excited. Now, let's talk about the other thing in my title really quickly. The fuck happened to me the other day? So I'm going to take a break from talking about 8th edition for just a second. Now, if you guys have any questions about everything that I just said, please actually write it now. Because I have somebody, Ghost, copying all the questions, and he's going to ask me one by one right after this, once we do the Q&A section. So if you have questions about what I just said, or anything, please write it down, and Ghost will get to it. So, as you guys have known, I've been having car problems for the past every single day of my life. Why is Ghost a faggot? Ghost, you better be writing that one down. That one seems important. That one needs addressing. Is Ghost gay? Guys, leave him alone. Why is Ghost gay? Shit, guys. Shit. Anyway. As you guys know, I've been having car problems for every day of my life. And I was driving down the highway. Now, I just went to my doctor's. I had to get blood work done. Now, if you guys don't know, I am terrified of needles. Like, horrified by needles. Like, they don't hurt me. Like, they legit do not hurt me. They can never hurt me. But I am legit terrified of needles. Like, just seeing them freaks me out. Okay? So I go to my doctor to get my blood work done. And she's like, wow, you're in amazing shape. You're fucking hot. And this is awesome. And I'm like, cool beans. Let's go. Because, you know, that's how doctor visits go. So, on the way home, I'm driving my car, and I'm driving it down the highway. And I hear my car goes, and I'm like, what is that noise? And then the car fucking boom. Hood pops up a little bit, goes back down, smoke shoots out the side of it, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. The car immediately dies. Like, just on the highway, semi behind me. And I'm just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. So I'm like, I'll just pull over. That's what I'll do. I will save myself. There's no shoulder. I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. This car starts slowing down. So I just pop it into neutral really quickly, put my foot tapped on the brake, and start the car. Throw it back into gear, and try to get it. I got it off the highway. Like, I had to cripple drive my car off the highway, but I didn't get hit, which is the good thing. I was so scared because of I didn't know semis could stop that fast. Like, he slammed on his brakes, turned like a little bit. I was just like, I'm gonna die. Please don't kill me. Let me die in glorious battle. Or at least in an act of pleasure. Let me please my dark gods. Not by a freaking car. That would suck. And I pull it over. I get into an auto repair shop and the car just dies. And I'm like, oh shit, oh shit. So I did what any sane person would do. I immediately started crying. So I'm like, oh crap. Duty cakes. Guys come running out, they pop the hood, and they're just like, this car is seized up. It's done. It's not going to go anywhere. It is seized. Like, and I'm just like, I literally just put $1,000 into this car within the past few months, and it's dead. And I'm just like, what do I do? What do I do? One of my friends calls me up. He's like, hey, I'm coming down. I got you. He calls AAA, gets my car towed back to my house. And I had to take a loan from a friend to try to get a new car. But it sucked. It really sucked, and like I am completely gone at this point. I hate cars. Like, I just do. Anyway, back to 8th edition so I can cheer myself up from not going ridiculously crazy about the whole car situation and everything. Let's talk about 8th edition. I'm really excited about 8th edition. 8th edition is going to be amazing. And I'm looking forward to the Sisters of Battle actually being decent, being playable, being plastic. I'm hoping the Repressor makes a reappearance. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping that Immolators can survive just a little longer to hit things with those Twin Link Multi-Meltas. I want those 3 Land Raiders that I have to actually do something on the field of battle. I want Now, here's my dream, because we don't know what kind of formations are going to be in 8th edition. We don't even know if formations are still going to be a thing. I'm fairly certain that they're going to be a thing. And I'm looking forward to running 15 Terminators with a captain, 2 chaplains, or a chaplain librarian. I'm looking forward to running an actual Space Marine army with multiple troop choices. I want to actually put down 6 troop choices. I want to put down 2 HQs, maybe 3. I want to put down my 3 elites, and I want to play a damn game. And I want to enjoy that game. I don't want to put down like, oh, hey, what did you bring? Well, I brought 3 aspect hoses, being surrounded by more Eldar bullshittery, and then a little sprinkle of Inari because I have a small penis. And I'm just like, I brought my Sons of Garrow for an actual, narrative game. Oh, well, this is narrative, they fused all 3 armies together now, so the Sons of Garrow would be fighting this. And I'm like, actually, they wouldn't. I strictly asked for a narrative gameplay, and you're kind of being a dick. I can't wait for a more balanced system. And that's the one thing in the Q&A that they strictly stated, that it will be a balanced system. Now, will it? Probably not. I'm probably going to break it in less than a week. Like, I'm gonna look at my books. I'm gonna be like, Subterranean Uprising. Huh. Less than 100 point. Actually, it's 120 points. And, oh, look, here, under its rules. Flip off your opponent and then proceed to win. Oh, okay. I can do that. But anyway, guys, that's really all I had for 8th edition. So at this point, I am going to turn it over to Q&A, and I'm going to be ranting about some of the Q&A. So, Ghost, this is your cue to pop in.
Hello.
All right. So, I actually don't think that the chat can hear you. Chat, can you hear Ghost? Ghost, you might want to say something.
Answer the question about being gay.
So I just need to know if they can hear you. Fuck Ghost. Anime stinks. Ghost. All right. So make sure you continue to grab these questions as you ask them.
I am trying, but they're now freaking the fuck out.
Now you know how difficult it is for me. We can hear his little faggy voice. Ghost, they're so mean to you.
Alright.
What did you do to them?
Abuse admin powers, ask Spoon.
Alright, so what were some of the questions that that I was asked during the while it was all happening?
Alright. Let's start from the beginning. Like legit beginning of the thing. Lord Methodist, fall of 2018. You just making this up? Referring to 8th edition?
No, I actually have several sources for this, including ties to Games Workshop staff, as well as the Warhammer community page, the Warhammer Q&A that they've done, which you can see on YouTube. And if I can, or if I remember, I will link the page in the description down below. There is also the article that appeared on the Warhammer 40K's new website, Warhammer 40,000. Please go and check it out.
Alright, so second one. So how about them Eldari? Don't you get so triggered?
No, I find Eldari to be the easier of the 4 Eldar races to fight. To be honest, they're actually the most easy to fight for me, because they lack battle focus, they lack high maneuverability on the field compared to the Eldar themselves. And once you figure out you just need to take down a few of them, and then their army tactic kind of goes to shit, it's really easy to farm some of their squads and actually put their god in a position where you could just murder it very quickly.
All right, this one I'm interested in. Mermaider Max. What if they morph Sisters of Silence and of Battle together like Skitarii and Cult Mechanicus?
They won't. Simply put, the Sisters of Silence answer to the Ecclesiarchy and the Order Hereticus. The Sisters of Silence are strictly under the orders of the High Lords of Terra, Roboute Guilliman, and the Emperor himself.
Alright. Airmars Williams, Fielded Army when?
What is a feelernid?
Fielded.
No, that's the joke. Anyway, next one.
Alexis, you should show them your Abaddon. Esno.
Fucking Esno, I'm gonna strangle you with a tire iron.
Alright. Square Me Dragon. I actually found this one interesting, so I copy-pasted it. In AOS, you have to put away reinforcement points to summon units, and then you pay the points for the summon unit.
That's interesting. That could be a way to get around some of the more bullshit things of summoning in 40k. But summoning in 40k is on a much grander scale because you can just spam it like a ridiculous amount. So it would be a way of controlling it that could be very interesting, and I could actually see that.
Okay, Mantis Man 1. Hi Alexis, just joined the stream. Have you discussed your thoughts on the new strength/toughness system? Yeah, that was a mouthful.
Strength and toughness system, I have not. I believe it's somewhat the same, but I could be wrong. I did do the weapon skill and ballistic skill. That's what I was talking about more in this one.
Alright. Brutale 616. Wow, damn. How do you quantify a model's line of sight?
You get down to its level or use the laser pointer.
Alright. Inquisitor 751. Alexis, at least Remlays might be back into 40k. Happy?
Oh god, yes, in more than one way.
Oh my.
I know, I made that sound so dirty. I did not mean to make that sound so dirty. I am so sorry because I know he watches these. Ah, shit.
She's lying, Remlay. She's lying.
I'm good.
Alright, so, Ermos Williams. Trans Flagnus soon?
Oh, God.
Alright. This one's from...
Okay, so for you guys that don't know, everybody is for no reason trying to get me a Magnus. I hate Magnus. With a passion do I hate Magnus. So everybody wants me to get him, so last week I said if I do get one, I'm going to paint him in the trans color scheme. If you don't know what that is, it is blue, pink, white. And then pink, white, pink, blue, which is the trans flag.
Weren't you also going to have your friend give him a corset?
Yes, but he's probably not going to.
No. Alright, from our favorite Insane Grey Knight, Drago. Alexis, how do you think the old template weapons, flamers, orbital strikes, will work now?
I talked about this in the last episode that I did, my thoughts on the 8th edition and what's going to happen. I believe that Flamer's going to hit D6, templates are going to hit 2d6 in a unit, or it's going to hit d6 inches out from wherever you are dropping it. I am very interested to see what they're going to do with this. So, I will say this, I don't know right now. Also, thank you, Knight, and will I have the formation loophole to field an all-Ogren army in the 8th edition? We're not sure just yet on 8th edition and formations. Nothing has been fully confirmed by GW just yet. Yet they have had formations in books that are going to be going over to 8th, such as the Gathering Storm books. So I believe that 8th edition will have formations of some sort, but you're safe for quite a few months. Oh, also, if you want your question right ahead of time, if you do the super chat, just donate. It really helps me out. It means the world to me. Feel free to do so if you want to. But if you do, I will answer your question first. Okay, next one.
All right. From Corvus, is there booze in the iced tea? Speaking of Corvus.
What? Not booze. I mean, is my face getting red already? Shit.
All right. Actually, something about painting now. Dalton Brown, isn't Slanesh more pink than anything else?
Slanesh is actually based on what you want to see. No two people see Slaneshi demons the same way. They are perceived through your retinas as what you see as beautiful through, like, the thought processes in your brain and all sorts of other things. Like, to somebody, Slanesh can be a beautiful hunking man. To others, it can be a beautiful woman, and it doesn't matter. It could also be such things that you didn't know you enjoyed, i.e., well, use your imagination.
All right.
But yes, primarily Slanesh is pink and purple.
All right. So, you already answered this one. Did you almost die in a good way? No.
No. Oh, okay. Hang on. Have you given any consideration to changing the Sons of Garrow blue as previously? God damn it! No, their psychers are blue. Oh my god. Thank you for the donation. It does mean a lot to me. There is some blue in the Sons of Garrow, and that is on the psychers. Sons of Garrow are gold or black and green. Their armor is base colored and covered in crap.
All right. Since the you almost die in a good way was already answered, now let's get to the next question that everyone wanted. I'll read the next 5 off in rapid succession. Is Ghost gay? Is Ghost gay? Why is Ghost a faggot?
All of these things are true. I am slowly corrupting him. It happens when you actually hang out with me too long. You just hang out with me, you're in the proximity as me, and all of your deepest desires start manifesting themselves to the surface, and then all of a sudden you can't control yourself, and that's when I reject you.
Alright, I'm adding that question in because even though it's a joke, I'm going to save that for later, Noble. Alright. Cody Annan. Alexis, it sounds good, but how will... But how will GW fuck it up? 8th edition.
GW did say that they tested everything, and everything versus everything. Personally, I don't think that they could test everything. They also stated that every character that was in the game is in the game. Now, there are some characters that were discontinued due to legal reasons, such as the Doom of Malatai, the Parasite of Mortrex, the original Tyrannocyte, the Tyranid Drop Pod, and several other bigger vehicles. In fact, even the Repressor was taken down because of something similar to that. Or, I think the Repressor was actually taken down because it was a limited time offer and then sold out, but I could be wrong about that. But there are several characters that were written out of the story. They may have died. We don't know what the future lies for them. So personally, I think that's how they're going to fuck it up. It's going to be the lack of characters. And I know that sounds weird, but that's where I see it.
I forgot that I recorded this one. I'm skipping that.
No.
No, it was one directed at me that I copied. It's Ghost. Why do you
okay.
take Alexis's dick like a insert? Keep it goes on.
Anyway.
Imperial Knight. Will the new shooting phase stop the Orc 30 dice shooting phase?
Okay. As an Orc player that started Orcs back in 5th edition, I can tell you that there is one thing that is super enjoyable about this game. And that is taking a 5-gallon fish tank filled with dice and rolling them on the table. And then going, I hit 3 times. There is nothing better than that. There is nothing better than taking 30 boys and killing something gigantic that they should not actually be able to kill. Oh, make sure you get that SJW Snowflake question down. That looks funny.
All right.
Wait, I actually didn't answer the question, though. It'll simplify the shooting phase, but no, I think the mountains of dice are still going to be in the game.
Okay. You done?
Yep.
All right. Where did I leave off? Okay, there it is. What
Did someone call for a basilisk? Earthshaker cannon, fire!
All right.
God, do I love the basilisk. It is seriously one of my favorite tanks in all of the Imperial Guard. And if I played Imperial Guard, it would be 3 basilisks, 3 Medusas, subterranean uprising, and that's it.
Now, okay. Okay, back to where I was at.
Yep.
Because I was copying our thing. All right, from Swarmlord. What do you want me to draw when I send Magnus? Then they hate Magnus.
You know what? I'll answer that one privately on Discord for you, okay, Swarmlord? Just send me a PM on that.
All right. Another one from Mantis. I am saddened by the combination of loss of AV and high toughness being immune to low strength weapons. The idea of a Land Raider being shot up by autoguns is a bit of a flavor fail, thought Lexus.
GW has actually answered this question. 50 dudes with las guns are not going to be able to take down a Land Raider. They actually said it would take 500 to take down a Land Raider. Now, jokes aside, but here's the thing. 1 las gun is not going to do shit to a Land Raider. I'm sorry, it's not going to. 50 las cannons pointed at a Land Raider in one specific spot, well, then you start seeing the damage. 100 las guns pointed at 1 Land Raider. That Land Raider is going to start to take damage, even if it is light arms fire. Oh my god, make sure you get freaking Redeemers.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I see Redeemers.
Yes, like Redeemers asking the real questions. No, but I actually don't mind it. Like, to be honest, I like the system of counting down. I like that vehicles now take damage and actually stay on the field. I don't care if their ballistic skill is 1 and their armor save is a 6+. My Land Raider is still there, ready to fight. I will take snap firing its weaponry instead of it dying turn 1 to a melt-a-gun. I'm sorry, that annoyed me more than anything else. Just a lucky melt-a-gun blows up a Land Raider. It's like, that dude that bought that melt-a-gun, let's just say a guardsman, it's 10 points for the guardsman, at most 10 points for the weapon, 20 points just blew up 250 points. I'm sorry, no.
All
I
right.
want my Land Raider to survive, to run over that guardsman. See that one guardsman? Fuck that one guardsman.
Okay.
I say that because, what was it? The paratroopers. What are they called? The Elysian drop troopers. All of them but one died and actually blew up my Land Raider, and I was pissed. So that comes from a separate story.
All right.
Oh, and I meant las guns instead of las cannons. My bad. That was my bad. At least I didn't write that into actual fluff. Blood Raven's omnibus. Okay, next question.
Yeah. Every now and then I thought you were going to finish that one. All right. Who will win, Alexis Love, in a Hell in a Cell match? Remley's Arch, Alphabusa, Michael, or Zoran?
What the fuck is a Hell in the Cell?
Basically a free-for-all cage match.
So it's a gay porno?
Yeah, who's going to be the last man standing?
Well, Zoran is a bear. I mean, Arch is a pasty white guy. Remlace is actually pretty tall. He's got like the rocker look going on, so he's pretty tough. Michael would be trying to get cover and get some distance.
Like a Tau?
Alpha would just be like batshit crazy. I'm gonna have to go with Zoran. I mean, he's a bear, and not a fat homosexual, but an actual bear. I love Zoran. He's awesome. Actually, I love all of them, but if they were in a cage match fighting to the death based on their avatars... Actually, wait.
Remlace cheats, then. He has a flamethrower.
Yeah, Remlace does cheat, then. Well,
actually, wait, Alphabusa has a power fist.
He does have a power fist. Okay, now this is a serious question. He does have a power fist, but Zoran the Bear has a power sword. Swords are faster than fists, if we're going to count this as 7th edition currently. Alright, so now this is a real question.
Zoran also has a gun, too.
Zoran does have a gun. He has a bolter. Unfortunately, the XV9 that Michael pilots doesn't have any weapons. It's meant for observation, so I think Michael would actually lose second.
No, he wouldn't last. They just focus down the giant mech like the smart choice to do.
Yeah. So they would focus him down. Arch would lose because he's literally in all of his artwork just some pasty white guy. It would be a tough call between Remlace, Zoran, and Alpha because they're all... I actually think Remlace might lose first out of those three. And then I would have to give it to Zoran, because not only is he a space marine, but he's a space marine that also happens to be a bear.
A genetically enhanced bear. My god.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it to Zoran. Good job, Zoran. You won the cage match.
Hold on, because someone keeps complaining. I'm the one looking at the chat, and I'm going through a list of previous ones I've already saved. You will eventually get to yours.
Yep, no problem. Is
right.
Alexis even looking at the chat? Yes, I am. In fact, I'm actually pointing out things that I want Ghost to put on his list. Because I do read what you guys are saying.
I legit have questions from the start of the stream.
Yes.
Alright, what would you like to see more? What the fuck, Tyler? Oh shit, I saved my name. Individualized characters with fun war gear like a 2nd or 3rd edition?
So, Hero Hammer, or what?
I think Hero Hammer they're referring to.
Oh. I would like to see Hero Hammer, but with the overabundance of heavy weapon teams, Hero Hammer wouldn't work in 40k. We need space ferrets. Yes, we do.
No, they joined the guard.
Will my pressing question be answered? Yes, it will, Redeemer. Why is Tyler such a faggot?
God damn it!
Yay! What is in that box behind you, Alexis? I'm assuming you mean this one, and that would be my box of Hive Tyrants. See? Box of Hive Tyrants. There's legit, okay, there's 2 Travagons in there, 2 Molochs, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Hive Tyrants, all with wings. There is also another Hive Tyrant waiting to be primed and ready to go. I like Hive Tyrants. They're cute little buggies. Look at them. Love you. No. Squishy is right, shit. Okay, I can't grab Squishy because he's actually in a case. I keep my Swarmlord in a case because I love my Swarmlord. All right, next question.
You say that, but your Swarmlord says, "Why won't you hug me?"
I do hug you.
Best timing. All right, from Knight. Okay, so do you still believe 8th edition will be Hero Hammer still?
In a sense, yes, and in a sense, no. And I know that sounds weird, and it sounds really confusing, and it sounds like I'm just making up an answer because I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. Well, you'd be correct right there, and I would make a great politician for this exact kind of speech, where you deter the question and then finally end it by answering one of your own questions. Fuck you, Tyler. You're a nerd.
Fuck you.
Do I think that 8th edition is going to be a Hero Hammer game? Quite possibly, definitely, maybe. I do believe that there are going to be monstrous creatures that also happen to be characters that are going to be very hard to, very hard to kill. Dawn of War 3 campaign and Angry Marines. Thoughts? Angry Marines are a dead chapter. Like, it's literally a dead meme. Dawn of War 3, the campaign, I have not played it. I did not get a beta for it. I do intend to order it. I will be playing it on the channel once I get it. Cal Rodrigo, will I get a new model? No, you got replaced. Alright, next question, Squishy.
What?
I called you Squishy. Sorry, I'm thinking about somebody cooler.
I'm replacing you, Swarmlord. Alright. Thoughts on Death Shroud with Space Wolf Terminator heads?
I mean, if you're gonna make a successor chapter, I guess that could be cool. But, to be honest, I don't like that. I mean, I'd have to see it plus your paint job to see if I like it.
Alright. Next one is, how are the Sons of Gera going? Are they all built and painted?
They are not all built and painted. I am working on a huge project currently. I am repainting all of the rhinos, drop pods, and I'm going to be doing 2 Land Raiders on an episode of Rants and Rambles very soon, as well as an Immolator, 2 more Razorbacks, and a few other thingamajigs. Needless to say, the Sons of Gera are growing and growing and growing, and I do want to take a picture of them. So stay tuned to the Discord, to Facebook, to Twitter, and you will see more of the Sons of Gera in the near future. It's just that right now we have a campaign going at my store, and it's taking up every bit of time, and I can't actually get a real game in. What type of Land Raiders? They are magnetized, so they are every single type that I decide them to be. But the way that I want to run them is Damocles, and Ultra. Terminus Ultra. With the 7 Lies cannons.
Alright. Okay. What is with the Magnus hate?
Simply put, Magnus was in a tournament list and he kicked my ass. So I hate Magnus with a passion.
Alright. When will you... Thank you, Redeemer. When will you treat me like a person and not a personal servitor? By me, he means ghost.
Next question.
Another one from Redeemer. When will Ghost attain a place of respect in the Discord and we won't call him a bitch?
Ghost.
I love the hate.
Anyway, next question.
Alright. Do you have any information on new Xenos races?
From my understanding, it could be the Hrud, the Dog Warriors, or maybe even Kroot. And by Kroot, I mean new Kroot, like Kroot Headhunter Squads, Kroot Kindred, and several other Kroot mercenaries. But I am not certain, and this is speculation based on certain things. And those certain things are what's prominent in the universe as we speak right now, as we know that there is a giant warp tear across the entire galaxy, which would mean the Hrud would actually be more active. since they are the race that created Tzeentch.
All right.
Rakul might actually get some models too. But I would have to go with New Kroot. New Kroot would just be so much cooler. Okay. Next one.
Okay. Sorry, copying one before I lose it. All right, from Nooble. Why is this bucket of chicken giving me a BJ?
Next question.
All right. How many Space Marines do you think the Imperium controls?
There are, 1,000 legions of Space Marines, so at this point there's well over 1 million Space Marines, which is actually a lot less than it was during the Great Crusade. So I would probably have to speculate probably close to 500,000 Space Marines themselves. Kroot lives matter.
All right.
Crud created Tzeentch source. I'm not going to give you a source on that one. Instead, I want you to go and look at Remlaze's videos. He actually talks about the sources there. I'm giving you my opinion on that based on what Remlaze has presented me with. So if you want, please go check out 40K's Theories channel for more information about the Hrud creating Tzeentch.
All right. This one's interesting. If you could remove one character from 8th edition, who would it be and why?
Farsight. Fuck you, Michael.
All right, you got the answer there for that one.
I know Michael. I know him. He's going to be like, oh, this is actually a pretty good stream. Oh, I feel so sorry for Alexis. What? Oh, fuck you, Alexis.
Wait, he watches these?
Yeah. Well, he watches them afterwards.
Ah.
No, but if I was to remove an actual character from the entirety of existence in 8th edition, it would probably Kato Sicadius. They have their place. There it is. Yes. All right, next one. What do we got?
What are you, a snowflake SJW?
Yeah, right. I'm a fucking anti-SJW. I'm a bitch. I'm the type of person that actually fights against SJWs, talking about freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of everything, and fucking the one who actively speaks against certain things and speaks for men's rights.
All right. Why are orcs funny?
Orcs are funny because of their innate stupidity / hyper intelligence. Second or third edition, I can't remember which one. There's a story about a bunch of orcs fixing a wing on a spaceship while it's going through the warp. Now, if you guys know anything about spaceships, wings don't fucking do anything. They literally do nothing. So these orcs are like fixing it with duct tape and like some hammers and nails. And another orc pokes his head out the window. And yes, I said window. And pokes his head out of it. And goes, "Oi, you gits ain't wearing a spacesuit." And both orcs, who weren't tethered down, proceed to suffocate and die.
Alright.
That's why I love orcs. Also read the Beast of Risen series. Don't listen to... Well, read the Beast of Risen series and you find out just how powerful the orcs are.
Alright, Brutalite. Here's a question. If the Chaos Gods are representations of the collective consciousness of all soul-bearing creatures, then what does that mean? They might be aspects of some greater entity?
Quite possibly, definitely, maybe. But at the same point, no. The warp is weird. The warp is where... It was originally called the Realm of Souls. It's where all the gods come from. Even the Elder gods came from the Realm of Souls. They were collected consciousness formed into the gods, which then manifested a single will. Similar to that of the Dark gods, the Chaos gods, even things like Gork and Mork were actually created from this, although it is speculated that Gork and Mork might actually be real. We don't know yet. And by real, I mean they were created in real space, being a beast themselves, and then growing rapidly out of control before finally being flung into the warp for some reason. These beings are more of chaotic energy. Think of it like a stagnant pool of water that is slowly freezing. And each spot represents one of the chaos gods, and they're freezing in 4 different spots. Yes, there are several smaller spots that are also frozen, but those bigger frozen spots take up more, and they represent a certain type of freezing, like fast freezing, slow freezing, and so on and so forth. But the metaphor is that each one of these things are a chaos god. They're made out of the same thing, but they represent something different.
All right, from Drago the Lovemaker now. Armin X Yervain.
Armin X Yervain. No. Armin was shown that everything that he worked for can be undermined by an eldar in 5 seconds. And it really puts into focus, like, everything that he has ever done is just a failure. Like, he's tried so hard, and he can't accomplish shit. He's dumb as a box of rocks. TTS's life. I agree. Watch the episode with me in it.
Who are you again?
I'm at a drink. I am Mariel Sabathiel.
Sabathiel. Alright. From Redeemer, because I had to save this one. How gay am I for liking traps?
Very.
You heard it, Redeemer.
I'm just gonna end it right there. Very. Next.
From Danielle. An actual question now. Is the 8th edition really going to make Melee great again?
Yes. The initiative step, and this actually answers another question that I saw a little while ago. Due to the absence of the initiative step, we actually have things like power hammers, thunder hammers, storm shields. Unwieldy weapons are just gone. And you are a trap. No, I'm not. I'm transgender. If you want to know... Oh, you're calling Redeemer a trap. Yeah, Redeemer is a trap. Anyway, if all of these cool weapons that were slow are now hitting at the same initiative, or hitting first, which I think is actually kind of awesome. You have things like Thunderhammer, Storm Shield, Terminator striking first. You have things like entire squads of Meganobs hitting first. You have things like Big Choppas and the orks themselves striking first. They're just going to destroy certain things very quickly. Archduke, are you talking to me or somebody else in the chat? Because if you're talking about me, I can answer your question very quickly, and we can move on. Anyway.
Wait, Archduke, I did not see that question.
New one.
Ah. There it
Don't
is.
worry about them. I'll answer those. Next question.
All right. From Neon Arcus, I have a legit question. Is the setting finally going to move past the 41st millennium, like the 42nd?
Well, when you actually know certain books are in the 42nd millennium, as well as Gosgol being in the 42nd millennium, yes, the answer is a yes. Archduke, you're talking about me. There's a difference between traps and transgender people. While traps still identify as their birth gender and just use cross-dressing / makeup to attract the members of the same sex, that's what they do. They entrap people. People like me are transgender. We identify as the opposite sex and use external and internal changes to present ourselves and be more socially and legally accepted as the gender that we identify as. In fact, having sex with a trans person is not the same as having sex with a trap. While having sex with a trap, you know that they are fully male and you are attracted to them because they are male. And I'm talking about just male traps and just female to female transgenders in this case. Where if you have sex with a transgender person, it is not gay because you are having sex because you are attracted to the person as if they were a woman.
All right. Since that tangent's now gone from my favorite Turian, how will 8th edition make Chaos great again?
Well, if you... and yes, ha ha ha, the Trump joke. Archduke, if you are more curious about anything such as this, don't take this as a personal attack. I just get asked it way too much or told it way too much. Please join my Discord and you can have a discussion with everybody in there as well as myself. In fact, somebody should be posting a link to the Discord during this chat. Yeah.
Don't you have it in the description?
I believe so. So
yeah,
you can actually look at the description and find it there. What was the question again? I forgot. Oh, how to make chaos great again. Well, if you actually look at the entirety... In fact, this is actually a huge talking point that I fucking missed, so I'm going to talk about this for just a second. Chaos is actually doing something that no other race could possibly do, and they are saving the universe. Yes, saving the universe. If you look at the new warp tear / warp storms that have erupted all around the galaxy, you notice that it makes a very, very, very cool shape. And that is, it bottles off the tyranid invasion, while simultaneously cutting off certain sectors that are very troubling to them, i.e. the Ultramar Segmentum and the Tau. Now, the Tau do pose a legitimate threat to Chaos as they don't have very strong souls. Their souls are not represented very... Their souls burn like a fucking... Well, like a Tau player. No one cares about them. Oh, Michael right there with the sad face. Just sighing. They have their place. And now it is on the banquet of the tyranids. Anyway, jokes aside. They have this giant tear and they're slowly stopping tyranids from coming into the galaxy. So, Chaos wanted to show that it is this great threat again by simultaneously stopping one threat and showing that they are the actual threat. Like, fuck you guys, be scared of us, not them. Because if you're scared of them, they're not. Your emotions aren't feeding us. If you're scared of us, then yes, that feeds us. We can't destroy all of you because Chaos knows that they simply cannot destroy all life in the galaxy because that would mean that they lose their powers overall, and then the Tyranids would actually win the galactic war. But at the same time, they just want to show that they're a threat. Woo.
Woo. Would Ghost like an Imperial fisting from Caldor Drago? Hell no. How many assholes are in this chat anyhow? Answer is all of you.
Well, currently we're at 74. Anyway.
Alexis, when are you getting Nope Rope and Danger Noodle?
I have been wanting to get pet snakes for so long. In fact, there was supposed to be the prominent background thing right here that you saw in every stream. But simply put, with all of the shit that I have run into, all of the hiccups, all of the problems, I have not been able to get them. And I'm probably not going to because as much as I want them, like maybe when I'm in a new place, I'll get them. But yeah, I can't get them right now. I am not an asshole. I am a good person. That's clear signs that maybe you're an asshole. Like, I'm an asshole. So is Ghost. Especially Ghost. Fuck Ghost. Hey, Ghost,
yes.
What's the next question?
Yes. Has Zorn picked Squishy up from daycare yet?
No.
He'll never will. It's not
He
his
never
kid.
will.
It's not his nid.
Not my nids.
What is your favorite Chaos Legion?
My favorite Chaos Legion is... that's a tough one. Are we talking based on lore or color scheme? Because if it's color scheme and strictly color scheme, it has to be the Black Legion. But if it's based on lore, I kind of like the Crimson Hunters. Yeah.
Alright, copying that. Oh, fuck, that fucked up my notepad. Alright.
Control Z.
Where was I? Okay, there we go. This one's for me. Want me to just skip it because you're the star of the show?
Yes.
Alright. Do you think they should add spaceships to the game? For example, you spend the end of each turn fighting each other's fleets to determine who gets an orbital strike the next turn.
In campaigns, yes. In actual gameplay, no. Because in campaigns, that sounds fucking fun as hell. In fact, I've actually played a campaign game where you had a galaxy. You had 6 planets, okay? And you had Battlefleet Gothic ships. Now, we did use the X-Wing rules because the X-Wing rules are simply superior to the Battlefleet Gothic rules. Sorry, they just are. And we used them to move our ships around, but each ship represented a certain amount of points that was in it. I.e., the big battle barges had like 3,000 points of Marines in it, and the little ones had like 1,500. And every time they got to a planet, that's how many points you can put onto the planet. And then you would have to write down after each and every mission as they came back up to restock and remove to a different part of the planet. It was a really fun campaign.
All right. Has the Toby squad arrived yet? From Toby Trooper.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm guessing it's the Decimator squad with green backpacks.
Oh, right. No, then no. It has not yet. I checked my mail today, and I was really, really, really happy about what was in my mail today.
Was it Bad Dragon Toys?
What?
Because that's the next topic. From Cody, Bad Dragon Toys is terrain, yeah or nah?
My friend is actually working on it. Once it is done, I will be taking pictures and posting them to... I don't know where I could post them to. I guess the Discord, because at least that I can monitor. And I don't want awkward looks on Facebook or Twitter.
Sorry if I made anyone think that she
shit,
bought something. I just saw a perfect segue into the next joke. Alright. Have you tried Ultimate Apocalypse for Dawn of War Soulstorm?
Yes, in fact, I am going to be voice acting in it very soon. Alexis, do you want a penitent engine for your Sisters of Battle? We have one. I actually do want 3 of them for the Sisters of Battle army. Especially now that Dreadnought formations and Dreadnought formations such as like Killicans is what I mean. And penitent engines are going to be a huge part of the game because of that melee and dual heavy flamers. Yes, please.
Alright. Did they remove Deep Strike for 8th edition?
As far as I know, no. You're going to voice act. That's cool. Yes, I do a lot of voice acting. The most common thing that people know me as is Mariel Sabathiel from LFS The Inheritor and Text-to-Speech. And occasionally on Remlaze's channel, and I've done some private work as well. What are you voice acting as? I'm not sure just yet, but I will be getting back in touch with the people to actually try to set more things up. I'm hotter than your girlfriend and have a bigger dick than Ghost. Anyway, moving on to the next question.
Alright. Kroot Rebellion campaign?
That would be awesome, and I would love to play in that. In fact, I've seen rules for certain Kroot armies and everything, and once 8th edition does come out, if Kroot don't have their own army, I will be doing, I will be making my own custom and then posting it to the Discord, to my Facebook and Twitter. She's like the female version of Steve Bloom. Who is Steve Bloom? I know that name and I'm drawing a blank right now.
I think they're saying that because of your hand motions.
Oh, god damn it. I'm a New Yorker. That's how we talk. No, like legit. You cannot meet a New Yorker who does not move their hands. Actor.
Alright.
Okay.
Any chance for more I think they spelled this wrong, but they also put that in. I think it's Hruffluff. They spelled it with. I'll just put it in the chat how they spelled it. Yeah, fuck. Look for my name.
I'm waiting.
Should be there.
I have no idea.
You're waiting for the Discord chat.
Let's move on to the next one.
All right.
Oh, shit. What? Wait, I've actually met Steve Bloom then. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, he voiced Cyrus. How could I forget that? Dude's sexy. That guy could spot me down a scope any day.
Alright.
Hand moving is key to a New Yorker communication. It really is. You have no idea.
Okay, so if you yell at an orc army through a megaphone, the floor is lava. Would the floor become lava?
Okay, as much as I want to say no, it wouldn't work, the Space Marines have once convinced the orcs that their teleporters did not work. So maybe.
Well, their teleporters only work because they believe they work.
Well, no, in the Beast of Rises series, they couldn't actually deactivate the teleporters, so they just broke everything around them and told the orcs that they didn't work anymore.
Alright. From Magoon, could Gork and Mork be spirits of the old ones?
No, Gork and Mork were actually made as the Eldar started to fall. They were like a last-ditch effort created by them. So in a sense, it could be a body that could house the soul of an old one, but maybe not the old one himself.
Alright. Can we send you a copy of Dawn of War 3?
Yes, you can. If you have me on Steam, you can find me by the same name of EgoQueenAlexis. I would love it.
Or just join the Discord, and then you can just join the Steam group.
Yes, you can.
Have you ever read Eagle Ordinary? If not, would you like a link?
What is it?
If I remember right, this was from frickin' Nooble, so he can tell you in Discord.
Okay.
Alright. Should Magnus, Lord of the Nipplehorns, get a buff? He does okay damage, but I stare at Guilliman with envy.
Lord of Nipplehorn. I'm sorry. Lord of Nipplehorn. That's awesome. And no, Magnus is already ridiculously powerful. He doesn't need any buffs. How many more questions do you got to go?
Good amount. Drago.
Okay. Let's try to get through these faster.
Alright. Do you ever think they'll buff 1,000 Suns cost? I'm tired of having half the amount of models in the other person.
1,000 Suns are going to get a massive boost in 8th edition, including the Scarab Occult Terminators, which are going to be a lot harder to kill than normal Terminators. So look forward to all the buffs in that edition. You just have to wait until the fall.
Alright. First box set for 8th edition should be Nids vs. Chaos. Thoughts?
The box for 8th edition is going to be Sisters of Battle versus something.
Alright, anyone post a link in the Discord? It's in the description.
You got
Someone's
a date with Ghost or something? No, Ghost is just a good friend of mine.
Yeah. Friend.
It is.
I got shut down hard.
You are only a friend.
And now everyone's laugh at the ghost. But alright, so next question. Crimson Hunters? Question mark.
Oh, I guess that's from Imperial Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll post some link in the Discord later on tonight.
Alright, so how much Holy Prometheum do I need to purge this stream? I'm asking for a friend.
Oh my god, so much. I love it. It's burning hot. It's I basically shower in this stuff.
You live in 80 degrees.
I know, it's great.
Your snakes won't need a heat lamp.
I know, it's great.
Alright. So how much... no, wait, I already just read that one. How would the Thrud be a full, unplayable faction?
The Thrud would actually be very interesting when it comes down to fighting on the battlefield. As they're mostly a psychic race that brings, like, death and clouds. And to be honest, I don't know enough about them. I just know that they would make a really good and interesting army on the tabletop because they would always have a cover save regardless of where they are or some type of invo save. And they use crystallized weapons similar to that of the las gun.
Alright, from Drago, yet again. Also, Drago, I just haven't been saying your name. I've read like 3 of your questions. Am I hotter than your girlfriend and have a bigger... Yeah, I've already covered that
moving on.
Question. Can I kill the Booty Killer Man in 8th edition?
More than likely.
Who were you and Emperor had a speech-to-text device? Fuck.
Mario
GTS.
Sabafio.
Alright. Is Sly Marlboro going to return in 8th edition?
Maybe he might go the way of the Doom of Malachi.
Alright, that was the last one I had.
Okay, so we're caught up. That's awesome. Is there anything specific you want for... damn it. I keep hitting... Okay, so I keep hitting this, so if you keep hitting banging, it's because of this, and it's really irritating.
Alright, now it's basically just the chat. We're up to the chat now.
Can orcs be usable? Yes, 8th edition is around the corner. Can finally break out my boys. Love playing with some boys.
If you could force GW to redo one independent character's sculpt, which one would you choose?
Ooh.
Jane's off of a freaking Howling Banshees. That bitch needs a new one for me.
Oh, man. I know I'm going to get shit for this. But... Abaddon. Alexis, is a top requirement for your future boyfriend is he must love 40k as much as you do. Yes, it is.
It's a high standard, man. It's a high standard.
It is a very high standard. Alright, so we've been going at this for an hour and a half. I need to get something to eat. I am very hungry. And I can tell that most of you are pretty thirsty at this point. Especially you, Ghost.
Fuck no. I've had my tea with me the whole time.
Anyway, guys, if you want to get out some last-minute questions, I'm just going to be here for 5 more minutes. So please ask away, and Ghost will read them.
Question. Hello, darkness.
No, shut up.
Friend.
Move on. Go to the next one. Did you catch up on the Son of Scarrow origin story? No, I have not yet.
You gonna tell them about any Sunday antics? I'm confused about that one.
Sunday antics. I'm confused. More Primarchs. There will be no more Oh, wait. No. 8th edition will introduce a few more Primarchs. From my guesses, this is my guesses for 8th edition. We will see Mortarion. Duh, obviously. No shit, Alexis. We're gonna see Felgrim. We're gonna see the return of Magnus. But I don't think he's gonna be bad. And I have speculation on that, and if you join the Discord, I will tell you in the chat in a little bit. I think we're going to see the return of Vulcan and Lion, and that's about it.
How many cats can fit inside Space Marine armor?
How many what?
How many cats?
Well, the average Space Marine armor is roughly 7 foot tall and 1 foot 3 inches wide in the legs, so that is quite a few cats. Now, are we talking full-grown cats or kittens? That's where it matters. Are we talking about cats intact as well? Because if you grind them up, you can fit a lot more in there. If you burn them, you can fit a ton more in there.
Grind them up, cook them up, put them in a stew.
But yes, quite a lot.
All right, question: if you could expand the to those army list of any army, what would it be?
Kroot.
Recruit need more.
If there was one thing in 40k that I actually fell in love with, it was the Kroot. I love the Kroot. I will never play Tau again. I played them for a while. But I love the Kroot.
Alright. Can Slanesh make anime real?
Maybe?
Is there a squig that functions as a waifu?
Oh, the Drop Podcast is here. Hey, guys. This is when I came back on to...
I hate Kroot. Get the fuck out.
I hate Kroot. I hate Kroot and I play Tau. Hey, Kroot are awesome, okay? Just in Rogue Trader, they're cool. Also in all of the RP books, they're amazing. In fact, one of my characters in the near future will be a Kroot, and God fucking damn it, I hate that I keep hitting this thing. I'm so sorry. You played Tau? I'm sorry. At least you found Squishy since. No, I actually had Squishy first, and I played Tau for about a year before I realized that pointing my silly little guns at people and hoping that they don't get into combat with me was a bad tactic. I hate them because I can't paint them good. I know! They are such a difficult model because everything is so smooth on them. They need a recast badly. They need a whole new line. I want some Vulturekin, Headhunterkin. I want some Kroot, Kroot Ox, Kroot Riders, Kroot Hounds, Shapers, Psyker Shapers. I want some Tyranid Kroot because those actually existed in the fluff for like a little tiny bit before being rewritten. Krooty Booty. Well, yes, Krooty Booty.
Alright, what would an orc model called We Fucked That Up look like?
Alright, so you get yourself a Centurion and you put an orc head on it.
Would you consider a pillow fight with Angron?
Yes.
What do you plan to do with traps?
Oh, I have a special place for them.
I just tell them to bite the pillow.
Wow.
Okay, that was bad.
Anyway, Chaos Kroot can be a thing. Kroot actually reminds me of Zotes. Yes, they do.
People
can we
keep
spam
asking.
Remley's Twitter again? No, not yet. We have to wait until he does the live stream.
I've ignored this for long enough, but can the Emperor be made of super cyberdongs?
No. Alright, guys. So, that is going to be the end of this episode. We are on episode 8. I hope... And get it? It was 8th edition, so 8. Get what I did there? I'm so fucking unique. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this stream. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, please leave them in the comment section down below. Please check out the Discord channel, the Twitter, the Facebook. Support me on Patreon. Why not? Like this shit for whatever reason. Anyway, guys, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen. I love you guys. Bye!